In a charming bookstore, bookish Joe and witty Ash spark. Instant connection. Coffee? Yes. Big life questions fly, purpose, destiny, the works. Their romance explodes. Then, bam, cafe scene, Joe's clueless about Ash's job. She confesses, I love you. But wait, suddenly, a grumpy guy, Hunter, crashes the party. A little scuffle, then, gunfire. Ash, gone. Just like that. Joe's world shatters. He's a heartbroken mess, holed up, lost in grief. 2 weeks of misery. Whoa, our pal Joe's having a seriously weird day. Oliver, bless his cotton socks, tries to check in, repeatedly. Finally breaks through, coffee in hand, but Joe's so numb he spills the whole darn thing. Oliver tries to be supportive, but Joe's just done. He's a walking, talking, doom-scrolling emotional dumpster fire. So, Mr. Gloom buys a gun, loads it up, says, see ya, Ash, and bam. Or, not bam. The trigger's jammed. He tests it on the sofa, that works. But when it's self-destruct time, nada. Zip. Zilch. The apartment's AI even chimes in, calling the cops, bro. Joe blows it off, just an accident. Blasts a window, leaps, and then, whoa. He's floating, surrounded by glass shards. Then, poof, he wakes up in bed. Sofa's fine, guns untouched. Dream? Nightmare? He's probably still figuring it out. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a roller coaster. Our guy's AI-powered table starts screaming about messages from Ash, sending him sprinting from the building. Down the street, he sees a woman, seriously freaky face. And thinks he spots Ash everywhere, plastered across billboards. His phone's buzzing with Ash's impossible messages, but fear's got him paralyzed. He runs to Oliver, who casually suggests, maybe pre-recorded emergencies, mate. Finally, Joe clicks a video, it's Ash. Something's wrong, she yells, sending him to a bookstore for a secret package. Meanwhile, Erica and her shadowy goons are tracking his every move like hawks. He gets the package, a tiny book, finds a love note from Ash, and bam. Headache, vision fuzz, but it's short-lived, leaving him to escape the chaos. Unbeknownst to our man Joe, he's got a shadow. A creepy stalker reporting back to the delightfully villainous Erica, who orders a full-on Joe neutralization. Suddenly, Joe's surrounded, even the elevator's got a surprise tenant. Then, bam, a warning text from Ash. Joe makes a run for it, barely slamming his door shut against the invading creep who opens fire. Joe's scrambling, guns blazing, or rather, almost blazing. He's missing shots left and right, then, whoa. His body takes over. Suddenly, laser-like accuracy, a perfect headshot. But the action's far from over. Another goon pops up. Joe disarms him in a flash, a whirlwind of fists and feet. One punch knockout. But wait, the guy's back up, begging for mercy. This is getting wild. Whoa, Joe's unleashing a furious flurry of fists, a total beatdown. He slams this guy onto a table, then, bam, face first into a wall. Back at his apartment, he gets a shock, Ash. Live and in glorious technicolor, not some canned message. Turns out, she's been battling a digital dragon, a seriously gnarly hacking problem. Time, apparently, works differently in her world. Years ago, she explains, tech went bonkers, AI so advanced, it was practically alive. This genius, Hunter, at Centec, was building this amazing process control AI. But secretly, he dreamed of a living virtual reality. Needed more data, so he teamed up with. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. A coder, a genius, a total maverick, built the first digital universe, a fully populated simulation. But it needed real people, their messy, emotional, humanness. So, our hero, Hunter, went all in, testing everything from heart stents to, well, let's just say weaponry. He rocketed up the corporate ladder at Centec, becoming CEO, and then things went supernova. He turned the do into his personal playground, a cost-effective testing ground, arguing simulated people were cheaper than the real deal. For a decade, he churned out almost 500 DU models. Then, bam, a breakthrough. This discovery completely blows Joe's mind, he's just code. But Ash, a real woman, a spy, no less, working for Intel, swoops in and says, nonsense, you're the real deal to me, my love. Hunter's experiments, let's just say they pushed the boundaries of ethical into the stratosphere, resulting in, well, that's a story for another time. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. The government banned modeling tech, but sneaky Hunter hid it inside the do. Then, bam, he vanishes after shooting Ash, abusing his admin rights like a digital Houdini. But messing with the laws of physics? That creates glitches, the do feels totally fake. Meanwhile, Ash is on a quest for Hunter's hidden tech, and guess what? She finds love with Joe. The book she sends him? Data Gold. Joe, looking at Ash's images, discovers the other programmer is his long-lost friend, Oliver. Did someone save Oliver from himself and give him superpowers? And then there's Erica, confronting Hunter and his weird glowing orb, saying Joe's causing a major system meltdown. The only solution. No one's touching the do. We're cutting it off from the entire internet, a digital quarantine. Hunter's on a rampage, refusing to stop the data flow, completely ignoring Erica's desperate warnings about global exposure and lives hanging in the balance. He's spouting some crazy stuff about humanity's progress while she storms off. Then, bam, Ash calls Oliver, 30 seconds. A frantic plea to shut down the do and help with some Joe-related chaos. Alarm. Masked goons burst in. But Ash is a ninja. She vanishes like a ghost, slipping past them with all the grace of a caffeinated cat burglar. A drone tries to follow, but she's too clever, tracing Oliver's call, mapping her way to his door. Knife only, no weapons, just skills and a supercharged sense of urgency. She's in, and the adventure begins. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a roller coaster. Ash, convinced the DU's programs are sentient people, not lab rats, begs to save them, but not shut them down. Mysterious Oliver, tight-lipped about his do residency, confesses to saving Joe from himself and boosting his skills. Turns out Ash's love for Joe is genuine. Oliver, agreeing to help, whisks Ash to a secret location, equips her with a comeback ticket, and bam! Reunion time. But wait, Hunter's freaking out over code changes. Oh. Joe's mind is blown, he's not real? Ash's kiss reassures him, proving that his existence matters, until snap. Ash is back in her room. Meanwhile, in the do, Joe's desperate plea for help leads Oliver to reveal a shocking truth. Ash is in danger, and Hunt is about to pull the plug on the whole digital shebang, because of some serious glitches. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. Joe's facing a data dilemma, a huge one, that could wipe out everyone he knows. Luckily, his pal Oliver's got a crazy plan: exploit hidden code remnants in Joe's model. Think of it as digital archaeology with a side of explosive action. Oh, and there's a book. A book that's a total do data backup. Seriously? Genius. Joe grabs his gun, because, it's that kind of day, says goodbye to his AI, and uploads everything. Meanwhile, Ash is dodging bullets like a ninja, hides behind a dumpster, and then, bam! A close quarters brawl. She takes down the masked goon, weapon in hand, and demands answers about this top secret do tech. But our mystery man's lips are sealed, for now. Whoa! She coaxes a second hit, then bam! Alleyway ambush. Lights out. Next thing she knows, she's tied to a chair in Hunter's creepy office, giving him a piece of her mind about his seriously messed up methods. But he's got a comeback, accusing her of being just as bad. Then, pow! Oliver shows up, spills the beans about his unwitting partnership with this total maniac, Hunter. He calls Hunter a psychopath, smart move, but decides discretion is the better part of valor. Bad decision. Hunter's goons find Oliver's real-world body, and kaput. He's digitally vaporized. Joe gets a chilling message: Oliver's on his own. He finds an apartment, a computer, and voila, a data goldmine. One touch, and the secrets are his. Whoa! A transmission sparks Erica's emergency alert: stop him, now. Two goons burst through the window, but Joe's already got the drop on them. He unlocks a freaking arsenal, pew pew, and those guys are down faster than a lead balloon. But wait, Hunter's voice echoes, poof, Joe's gone. Next thing you know, he's at a dock, facing Hunter himself. A shoulder wound later, and Joe's disarmed, levitated, and about to be erased. But mentioning Ash? Big mistake, Hunter. Joe's rage is a force of nature. He wrestles back control, gun in hand, and bam! Hunter's back in the office, yelling about a reboot. Poor Ash, pleading for a last goodbye. Hunter, amused by this unexpected romance, grants her wish. Jo's final words. Whoa, Ash's world's imploding, literally. Her digital dudes dissolving, body failing, but not before a heartfelt, I love you, even if I'm a bit pixelated. Then poof, phone, ground, everything vanishes. Blackness. Hunter, the villain, orders a hit on Ash, but bam. Oliver's voice, a ghostly surprise. The orb on the desk goes crazy, explodes, and voila, Oliver's back. Hunter's jaw drops. He thought Oliver was toast. But Oliver's got layers, man, layers of universes hidden in this do. The orb reveals a supercharged Joe, weapon in hand, forcing a guard to drop his gun, only for it to mysteriously reappear as the guard glitches. Erica seizes the moment, attacking Hunter before his system completely crashes.